Hello Commanders, welcome to the command table. My name is Matt and we'll be taking on Leshir today. Before we get started though, if you'd please be so kind as to like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, hit that notification bell. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have a cool build that you'd like for me to try, go ahead and leave that below in the comments. Okay, let's dive right in. We will start with my main profile. This is my strongest profile. It'll just run through the stats real fast so you can see what we're up against on SR15 and what I'm using. We're just using immunity and force resistance. We have enhanced melee, which has a very high probability of stunning your units, so that's why we're using the force resistance. And obviously with these low HP swarms, we're going to be using that immunity elixir to accomplish most of our cleanup work right off the bat. Since we have the wounded debuff at 95% minus health, we're using double berserk on everything, and we're also using that nature faction power stone to utilize that amulet of the Panther Queen for that first 5 seconds. Since we're below that health level. Now, you'll notice that I didn't have any assassins or risen warriors. I didn't feel the need to include them because I figured those Arcane Blades are going to clear all the way through to the back. As you see, they do very well. And there's not too much concern getting the boss's health down. However, we change that up later, as we'll show you here in a minute, and we start using assassins. But before we get to that, let me show you this UB build that I thought I'd try for a no-elixir setup. We've got the Nature Faction Power Stone on the Blessed Bombot, so it has stealth right off the start. And then the assassins also have the Nature and double Berserk. No elixirs. Here's the stats for the toe and the amulet and the spear. This one, it shows promise, but I don't know if maybe the Blessed Bombots were counterintuitive. I'm wondering if, since I've got that stealth right off the bat and the Untamed Beasts are able to kind of get cranking, that it might be better to use some regular bombots in order to clean up more of that front line and get to the boss faster. The assassin actually did a lot of the heavy lifting. The assassins there, they got the boss down about 20-something%, and then it takes the rest of the battle for the Untamed Beasts to make really any progress. They're just so slow. They're obviously not having any trouble staying alive. That's not the issue. But once you get to this point, they're just barely chipping away at Leshir's health. So the crows are able to feed the beasts and keep them up, but at the same point, you also have to think that you're not getting much benefit out of Berserk because you're not below 50% health most of the time. So maybe if my UBs were lower, I might actually have more success. So if you're Untamed Beasts, what I might do is I might try removing the Protection Power Stone from them and see if that helps, because I've got Protection 4 on both of them. So that might be something to consider. Remove that protection and see if that gets them to kind of live below 50% HP. And maybe you might even need like a Protection 1 or 2 if you still got those kicking around. So anyway, that was my main profile with alternative build that you might try. Here is my second profile. Now this one, I do not have the same level of units. You'll notice most of them are below level 100. I think I've only got 3 or 4 of them that are at level 100 for that third Power Stone slot. And there goes most of my units, but still able to get it knocked out in time. The second time that I tried it though, and this will run through the stats first just to show you what I've got working on this profile. But this time around, I wasn't able to push all the way through. Now I'm also using 2 less Arcane Blades and 2 more Wraiths. So a little bit different on the formation. And also I don't have the Nature Faction Power Stone on most of those non-nature units, the Arcane Blades and the Wraiths. So that was something that's problematic as well, that I am kind of counting on that amulet to boost those Warhounds enough to get the push that I need. But yeah, you see I just have 1 or 2 units there with the Nature Faction, which means that amulet is only really benefiting the Warhounds. And boom, there goes everything in one shot. It is all gone. So this one I just went ahead and capped it off since there was only 34% left. I figured I got 60% the last time. This one would just burn through and get that last 30-something% without any problem, which it did. So I only needed the 2 elixirs just to cap it off. After that, however, I switched it up a little bit, and now I'm using the power elixir, and that seemed to make the difference. Again, a little more expensive. I'd prefer to not have to use that, but if every other time there's the chance that I'm gonna lose a key and 2 elixirs because I didn't use the power elixir, then it's just worth using the power elixir so that I don't have to spend a 40 gem key and another 2 15 gem elixirs. So 15 gems for a power elixir will save me 70 gems in key and other elixir expenditures. Now this one is just another repeat of that, just to show that it does work. Power elixir again, kind of giving me the extra oomph that I need to get all the way through and cap it off. Now, may not actually need that if I do what I did on my SR13 profile, which we'll show you here. We've added the assassins in the back, so we dropped a couple of the frontline melee units, and we're just getting rid of that rear power stone because that's what kind of takes that extra couple of seconds to reach. So here I managed to get the kill because that last power stone life stone, I didn't have to get all the way to the back to get it. So here's the stats for that build, just so that you can see what I had. Now, not much difference between SR13 and SR15 as far as the boss modifiers go. And just using those 2 elixirs, I'm able to get the job done. Here's the stats for the artifacts. And yeah, I think it's worth having the assassins in the back, not only for killing that rear lifestone, but oftentimes they'll knock out a spider nest or 2, and that helps to have less spiders to have to deal with for your units to push to those other 2 life stones that are kind of in the middle. So yeah, these 2 life stones here and here, and the assassins might even get the storm collars and whatever else, but it just helps to kind of clear up that back and expedites the process. So I think it's worth having the assassins, even if you have to drop a bunch of bodies that would have otherwise buffed your Warhorn. And here it is again, just showing that the assassins are very effective at just getting that 1 lifestone, saving you an awful lot of trouble of getting all the way to the back. It buys you an extra couple seconds of damage on the boss. So might try doing that on my SR15 profiles. I think it's very well worth it. And here is SR10. This SR10 profile, Matthias, the unit levels are just not there, I don't think. You see the push is just really slow, and it's painful. Don't even get to that last life stone. So I switch it up a little bit, and I'll show you in just a minute what I did with the power stones. But I put block 2 on the top and bottom Warhound, and block 1 on the rest of the Warhounds, but block 1 doesn't seem to matter. It just doesn't get the right timing. So here everything dies with the exception of that last little group of Warhounds, and it's able to take one more hit because of the 6-second cooldown on block 2. So if I had more block 2s, I'd probably have a lot more units up at the end. So this will run through the stats so you can see what I had to do this. Again, anything SR11 and below, you're not going to have sufficient wounded debuff to utilize Berserk. If I'd probably actually have more luck with this profile at SR12 because I have dozens and dozens of Berserk Power Stones just camping in my inventory, and I just not able to use them because you don't have sufficient health subtracted from you at the beginning. And since I'm using the block power stone, that wouldn't matter, but I wouldn't use the block power stone if I was at SR12. So here it goes again. You're gonna see basically the exact same thing. There's gonna be that one group of Warhounds that follows through down at the bottom that doesn't get killed, and they're able to get that last little bit of health. So might be worth it. You may want to consider dropping some gems on some Power Stone bundles. Get block 2, and that might seal the deal for you if you're having trouble getting the job done. But yeah, anything SR11 and below, block may be your solution. Anything SR12 and above, you always want to go for Berserk wherever you can plunk it in. And then, yeah, that Nature Faction Power Stone's very handy. So anyway, thank you for watching. Again, please do support the channel, do all of that liking, subscribing stuff. And we'll have more content for you in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.